This was earlier tonight, TV timeout, and the Ice Crew has a new addition, and look at this guy. And we know goalies are the best athletes. Now, this wasn't one of those typical Marc-Andre Fleury pranks. The guys had no idea. So he skated by the bench, did a flyby, and said, come on, boys, let's get it going. And I was right behind the bench watching the reaction. When they finally figured it out, this guy never stops, boys. You got to be on your toes.
And now down to the corner for Kellerman. That got away from Dylan Gunther, and he's got to hurry up and get this puck. The net is empty, and it trickles in. A fluky goal against Utah. St. Louis will make it 2-0 on a strange wobbling puck all the way down. It is preseason game number 1, and we already have things that you hardly ever see.
What a second period it's become, and a goal. It goes in. Oh my. Well, it took a funny hop off the boards, off the kick plate, and it's 4-3.
This is a dump in that just caroms awkwardly off the glass, straight into the net.
On left wing, a shot attempt is blocked, and
I think it's still in the equipment of it's in the skate. It's in the skate, power skate. It's in between that area there. I've never seen that happen, Jim.
that is tough to do.
Never seen that. He's a little unbalanced right now as he's trying to get off the ice.
Still working on Owen Power in the puck on the Buffalo bench. They just got it out, I understand.
And they had enough power to get it out.
That scored those 21 goals last season. You haven't even mentioned it yet. Oh, weird play, winds up on the net. A misplay by Mrazek. How did that go in? A dump in from center ice, and just like that, it's 2-0. And
that's a stunner for sure. Instead of dumping it in, it was a bit of a fake. Watch the way he turns his hands over. I gave up a goal in Boston Garden from center ice. Reed Larson, I thought, was dumping it in the corner, and I did the same thing, and embarrassing.
And every goalie's had it happen, right? The greats, everybody.
Defenseman out there with a clearing attempt.
Now here's another one. They score! Larson was trying to dump it into the corner. It hit a skate at the blue line. In past Pang, who was startled. 3-1 Bruins.
He's shooting off the corner, hits the left skate of Ben Wilson. Pang moves to his right. He just can't get back in time. Into the net. 3-1 Boston. Can't believe it.
Gets it free. Malkin. Off the stick, scores. Well, that's a straight one. A straight deflection fools Forsberg, and the game is tied.
It goes off the stick of Jake Sanderson, up into the air, pop fly, comes down over the top of Forsberg.
Number 1 power play unit, guys. Oh, look at this bounce in front of him. They can't get it home. It came off the corner into a wide open slot, and somehow it wouldn't find the net.
Off the glass, ends up right in front of the net. Dursey diving in front, and I think Connor Ingram was able to make that save.
He got it.
With an empty net, through center, shoots, blocked by Hughes. Knocked it down, settled it with a stick, and he keeps his team within 1. Ahead to Miller, in, shoots, scores! What a play by Captain Quinn Hughes.
He shoots it. Quinn Hughes is standing right in the shooting lane. He blocks it, but then he's able to corral it.
Tufte on a reload, fires, stick save Shepherd, and it bounces home. The rebound juggled into the corner.
Looks like his glove knocked it in between his legs.
Shepherd, in his efforts to snap that one out of the air into the glove, turned out to be his own worst enemy.
Hudson waiting, watched. Balkachuk still waiting, still being watched. Now Hudson, sitting in his shirt.
It's a good St. John Sea Dogs team's way back. The giveaway by Delia. Lowry scores!
Delia goes out to play it. He misfires himself. Adam Lowry says, all right, 1 mistake, fine, 2, I'm going to make you pay.
For William Eklund, here is Celebrini, pulling up, spinning, shoveling across, they score! It's Celebrini's goal, and it's his first in the NHL.
And there's no question about it. It goes off Matthew Kessel's leg.
I actually didn't know I scored until he told me a little bit into the huddle. No, I'm just happy winning.
Blew at the end of the second.
Buchnevich fires in, looking for a goalie goal. Gustafsson scores! Philip Gustafsson mobbed! We've got the goalie goal!
Wow, what a play by Gustafsson. He has been phenomenal all night stopping pucks. Look how excited Marc-Andre Fleury is, and the whole team mobs him for that one.
He scores!
Look at the smiles on their faces. Get that puck.
No, I come to the bench there on the timeout, and Fleur's like, "Hey, you're gonna try and shoot it if you get it." Now when we're up 2 goals, I was like, "Yeah, actually, I should shoot it."
Have you practiced much?
No, I didn't know I could shoot it that far in the air. I just never thought I was gonna be able to score, and I don't know what to do now. So it was just crazy. Well, I should be on the power play meetings now, so we'll see.
No big deal.
Okay, I'm gonna go
Oh, no! Oh, my goodness!
You really went for it.
Oh, my goodness!
I mean, this
Take a little bit off, Hank.
Yager was right.
Oh, my goodness!
That would have been perfect if it was
a soccer net.
If it was the real distance.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness.
I mean, a field goal.
Listen,
Is
talk.
that expensive?
Come on, Hank. What is this?
Other option, just boom.
There it is.
That's why you didn't score any goals when you played.
That's it. Oh, God.
I think Anton Forsberg's left skate is having an issue, and this is a cagey move here by the veteran goaltender as well, and you can see the fans giving it to him. A little smile there from Jared Bednar.
And so Allmark's going to have to come in here. McCarr ring wide to Taves. Long shot deflected in front. Allmark makes the stop. Still loose. So Forsberg's going to come back into the net for Ottawa. So Allmark goes back to the Ottawa bench. Forsberg comes back in. He just watched on the scoreboard. Then we got another problem for Forsberg. So Allmark's going to have to come back in again. This is going to be a nightmare for the stats crew. I don't remember ever seeing anything like this.
It looks like Allmark's out now, and it's Forsberg back.
They're changing goalies like 4 from the 1 team's changing tires.
Anton Forsberg's back in the net.
To the Ottawa bench as Giroux comes on as the extra skater. Markstrom looking for the empty net. Almost a goalie goal there, but was knocked down by Stutzla.
I think that was going to go in. I don't have the angle, but
it looked close.
There's a little smile from the goaltender. That had a chance, but Timmy Stutzla right there, the hand-eye coordination. That's going in the net, Gord.
Montour gets it. Eberle scores! Hey, what do you say? Jordan Eberle and the Kraken win in overtime. That's Kraken hockey, baby. The captain leading by example and scores a huge OTGWG.
You know what they say about 2-goal leads. Oh! A bank shot fools Allen, and it is 8-4. A short-handed goal.
Goalie's worst nightmare. Well, they have a lot of nightmares, but this is one of them. You go out early to stop the puck. You think it's going to go all the way around the boards, and you're going to stop it behind your net. And those stanchions completely betrayed the goaltender.
Oh, you love the swagger of Rasmus Andersson, don't you? And you love, if you're a Flames fan, when he scores, does this, follows it up with a little of this, the stare down that everybody's been talking about, ice cold. You gotta love it. In Vancouver, always love it when he does it. In Edmonton, and then here tonight, maybe the most prolonged as he gets a good look, finds the Penguin fan, and just glares at him. Beautiful stuff. And that is the swagger of Rasmus Andersson, guys.
On to Andersson, pitching in. Sharp angle shot, scores! Sniper shot from Andersson, and he'll look for the stare down.
And there's the person getting stared at.
They'll clear it out to center. Camping here is Nick Paul. Gets in, stopped, and the rebound goes off Benoit in the net. And Tampa Bay has tied it.
Some unfortunate luck there as Benoit coming back. Tough to slow that momentum down, and I think for Stolarz, a big save, you get the raw end of that.
Shoots off the post and out. Wolf with a little kiss for his friend on the glove side. Coming in straight away on Wolf. Deke shoots, stopped by Wolf. The Flames win.
So our cameraman, Zach Fraley, hangs in here as Pacioretty knocks Jiricek into him, but he hangs in there. And Zach not only hung in to get the shot, it's his birthday today. So happy birthday, Zach. Way to go.
Well done. Top shelf for Zach. Happy birthday.
Lays it off up at the blue line for Harley. Wrist shot, score! It caught a tip. On its way in, Thomas Harley. Redirected puck. It goes off a Sabre initially. Certainly dove down in there. Maybe it was multiple Sabres.
Rolling on the last second, curl and drag around coverage, and doesn't miss by much. Looking high glove.
Got some broken glass. in the Jersey end.
Watch the reaction to the crowd behind. There's a lady on the phone on the right side there. Her reaction alone says it all. That puck almost went through the glass. There she is, a big smile on her face.
Meachkov was blocked. Got to break though, because they got it back. Now they're going for a line change.
Oh, and they give it away, and Dubois puts it in. Oh, a bad change with an open net. They left the puck there in front of the Flyer bench. And Dubois take an easy one and put the Caps back up by 2.
The Capitals take advantage of a miscue there. He centers, tip-toe by Draisaitl. Draisaitl on his birthday in overtime.
We got a cupcake for each point. Alles gut zum Guberstag.
Yeah, close enough. Pretty good.
Danke.
Yeah, thank you.
Young fakes the shot, returns to Sandberg, his buddy, and that one misses. Off of Wolf, scores! What a strange goal for Sandberg off the glass, off Wolf and in. And with that, the Jets lead it 3-2.
What a full moon. This is unbelievable. I mean, you cannot blame Wolf for this. He has no clue where this puck is. He's trying to knock it out of harm's way, and it hits Wolf right in the back and then bounces in and handcuffs Weegar going in. Unbelievable.
They'll send the puck in behind the goal. Canucks wanting to keep Pittsburgh as far away from their net as they can. Miller protecting the puck behind the goal. Marcus Pettersson and the net's been knocked over.
The net was up on the peg, and Nedeljkovic just pulled it over. You see it stuck on the padding at the back of the net, and then he just had enough. And I mean, it was never going to fall off of that padding.
Pietrangelo time, flips it all the way down. Vanacek out to play it. Carlson got there. Vanacek's way out of the net. Carlson looking, scores! A misread for Vanacek. It's a goal and an assist in the season debut for William Karlsson. The shorty has made it 4-1.
There's 3 players, and Vanacek trying to get back to the net, but he's able to put it past everyone.
Up the wall, Savard tips to Gallagher. Gallagher will flub that, but it winds up going to Evans, who scores. I mean, when things are going right, they're going right. Gallagher breaks his stick. The puck finds Evans, and he makes it 4-1.
When Gallagher breaks his stick here, I mean, it slows down the velocity of the pass. I mean, that's one that you should beat, but when you don't see it, it's hard to know where it's going. And Canadians with the fortunate break, and they got the 3-goal lead.
Away by Lagan. Here's a lead pass. Sprong trying to get loose. Out comes Kochetkov. Sprong gets around him. Sprong centers. Chance for Suter. Scores! He's an adventure, this Pyotr Kochetkov. And he got burned again. Hugh Suter has tied the game with 3:05 to go.
And here comes a flying goaltender. Sprong moves it across. Kochetkov gets a stick on it, but can't get back in time.
Now the Sharks 2-on-1. Guschin. And he scores.
They're saying
no, the Sharks thought he scored. The puck's still on the ice surface, and Anaheim plays on.
That is a huge break for the Ducks. Crossbar and then post. Beautiful little feat, by the way, by Alexander Wenberg.
Oh, I think Dostal got a piece of it, Brian.
He might have got a little touch on that puck.
Hard point blank for Lundell. Kachuk in front, and the backhand score. Carter Verhaeghe's second of the night. The Panthers on the power play. Oh, wait a second. Shesterkin made the save. Oh, my mistake. The light went on. They thought it was in the net.
Kachuk to Verhaeghe and right into the glove.
I apologize. Saw that light on. Wow.
It's in the skate. It's in the skate, power skate. It's in between that area there. I've never seen that happen, Jim.
That is tough to do.
Oh, it's stuck in his skate plate.
How about that?
You never see pucks go through there. You rarely see pucks get stuck in there. Parayko, big size 14 boots he has on.
We got a power outage tonight, and earlier today we had a Zamboni fire. As the Zamboni caught fire prior to the pregame warm-ups, leaked some hydraulic fluids. They had to bring one over from the Bell Sunsplex, which is about 1.5 kilometers away. And so Sean Cavanaugh, in the rain, drove the Zamboni.
This is on a city street.
Yes.
Driving a Zamboni with an umbrella.
And goaltender without a glove.
Here's Kreider trying to get around the net. Yeah, glove and the stick on the ice.
He's got his bare hand behind him.
Pass through to Trocheck. He shoots. Save! Oh! Great play by Sheilov. Off his chest. It popped in the air and he gloved it.
And eventually he makes a really good save because he's got to come across and make that save with his body and then catch it with the glove.
The Suter toward the net with Sundqvist bowling over Levi in front and a penalty coming.
From Buffalo. Buffalo here. I just hold on to this puck. Take the power play as long as you can in overtime. Keep that 4-on-3 as long as you can entering overtime. Smart play here by Buffalo.
And Buffalo soaks off the final 58 and will have 4-on-3 in overtime.
Really smart play by Buffalo there.
Cousins is on. 30 seconds to go. Move for Dahlin! Score! It's over! But that gets by Joseph and all the way down the ice. Oh, Binnington misplays it. Empty net. And Binnington, I think, got a stick on it. And he saved a goal. A crazy play and a diving play by Binnington to tip it away. But that was a wide open net.
That's going to be a highlight reel save on a mistake and a miscue by Binnington. He was able to scramble back and take away a sure goal.
Banks it back to Hughes, near side. Miller puts it in front. Garland scores! Connor Garland coming out of the corner.
And this goes across the top of the blue paint.
Kemper put it in his own net.
And when he turns to try to sweep it away, he pokes it in.
Hyman, McDavid, and Draisaitl loaded up off that successful kill. Here's a turnover, and Hyman scores! And Edmonton its first lead at 2-1.
Just a dump in, and he goes to knock it back to his D partner, and it hits something on the wall and goes right to Hyman in front. Look at this. How's that for a bad bounce? Everyone's looking the other way, and it comes right off the backboards, maybe the bumper.
Great stuff, and we're going to welcome our guest on. Look at this. We're just bringing it in straight out of the locker room. Welcome, Lombo. How you doing, bud? Congrats on the win.
Raymond as they come right back in. Raymond stopped, and then Luukkonen with a save. Rebound in front. Oh, save on the line again. Second time.
That was Alex
Tuch down.
save.
Yes, Alex Tuch in behind the keeper. Did he windmill that one?
I think he did. That's road hockey right there. That's why you play as a kid. You never know when you're going to get called upon.
With Halloween a day away, let's pay homage to an almost spooky tradition indulged in by two competitors in this game. The Alex Lyon stare down, in which he seemingly gets lost in the lens from time to time, not to be outdone by Connor Hellebuyck with his notorious stare down that's left our cameramen shaken and disconcerted for years. Guys, forget their goaltending stats. These two are undefeated when it comes to staring contests.
Keeps it alive for Evans. Now it's picked up by Matthews. And Matthews, little bank shot. Scores! Oh, yes! 8-ball corner pocket.
Somebody spent some time in the pool hall growing up. The mathematician in me appreciates that one, Gord.
Yes, that's strong use of angles. Banner across to Edmonds and shoots. That goes wide up the other side. Caught with a chance. Stolarz the save. And the puck stays out. Stolarz has lost his glove.
He's got it in his bare hand.
He held the puck in his bare hand.
He got it in his bare hand.
Wow.
Wild sequence. Talk about doing whatever it takes to make a save. Anthony Stolarz, he feels it underneath him somewhere. He lost his blocker and his stick, so he reaches between his legs and pulls it out of trouble. How do you track that, Gord? How do you feel where that puck is? A lot of things are hitting Stolarz, right? Skates, sticks, hands, bodies.
You know what? I'll just grab this with my bare hand and just grab it, and he's got it.
We love you, Bruce. Backhand shot, score! Foul!
Instead of letting the puck go in the corner, Samsonov just throws it right back into the pile. Spin around and just backhand this puck, and that surprised Samsonov without a doubt.
I'm not sure if that suit of yours is padded.
Oh, boy. And I got stuck in the wrong corner. Right. I should have seen the puck coming over here, and I should have danced over here, and then it would have been no problem. But I got pinned in the corner. I had nowhere to go.
So two things we almost saw there very rare is you in the corner and blocking a shot.
The officials are trying to figure this out.
Looks to me like there were two pucks on the ice at one time.
Oh, it's right behind the net. There was just an extra puck behind the net. So we put our forensics team on this. Kaprizov flips this one over the net. It hits the netting and lands behind the Tampa goal. Watch it just sit there, and nobody ever goes and picks it up. So they drop a new puck. Play goes on with an extra puck on the ice. Now here is the play, how it finishes. Rossi takes advantage of the extra puck and beats Vasilevsky.
Our forensics department, they don't fool around. They get to the bottom of stuff. I've never seen that.
Yeah. Now he's got 4 goals in his last 3 games.
Well, he's not going to get an easier one than his second one against.
That shoot, it hit the scoreboard and dented it.
Put a hole in it, I think.
It did. It actually knocked one of the scoreboard panels loose. So the bottom left there, you see that?
Yeah.
He knocked that loose with the puck.
I've seen that before.
I'm sure that scoreboard's not cheap.
Just a little flip play here by Keandre Miller, just going to relieve pressure. Was that a 9-iron, a wedge?
I'm not going to take that on my paycheck.
Well, I was just going to say, that's not coming out of his check.
You break it, you buy it.
Hedl hustling to the puck. Drives in against Kyle McLean. And Did that puck go in? The referee said no.
I think it hit the far post first and then came back and hit Sorokin.
And now they have a chance to go out and win one.
So Dvorak, Suzuki, Matheson to start. Suzuki lost his stick. Coronado in, shooting, score! Game winner! What a night! Matt Coronado seals it just 7 seconds into OT.
Christian Dvorak is going to win this puck back, but Nick Suzuki loses his stick.
Connecting out into the slot. Sanheim in front! And they score! Frost gets the goal!
That's almost appropriate. Morgan Frost finally has his first of the year, and it was trolling across the line.
He misses it with his stick, and it goes off his shin pad and in. Barely. That is something else.
Slide it inside one time. Wilson didn't get through. Centering pass and Strome skies one over the crossbar. Out of play. It rolled up on him.
There it is, up and over. No chance for Saros. And there's Ovi. He's celebrating already.
Took down Mancini. That quick shot deflected over the top. And Shesterkin got a glove on it. Now
Was that going in? It looked like it could have, right?
It could have. And he reached back and got the glove on it.
It's just another standing ovation at the Garden Forum.
Great agility by the Rangers.
Man, what an athlete.
Byfield with a shot rubbed out by the stick of Barry. Broken stick. Short side pit. Stop. Frozen by Wolf. Trevor Moore had the opportunity.
Did he just make this save? This is incredible.
That was a sure thing, wasn't it? Wow. Darcy Kemper, what's he saying?
I'm not sure what he's doing there. He's pointing down.
I think what they're saying.
It's in the net.
After reviewing the play, at 2:31, the puck completely crossed the goal line. We got a good goal.
Okay, so it was enough to completely cross the line. Great work.
Ryan Reeves right in front of the Washington bench. Hey, wait a minute. Yep. Somebody call the advertising department.
He's using a parachute to work on his skating. That's what you do in the summer.
Reeves lays a hit, picks up a bit of a souvenir. Guys, something tells me that dragging around half an ad board isn't exactly aerodynamic.
Team speak me back check, forecheck, and paycheck.
Yeah, not distracted in any way whatsoever. I'm a true pro. Doesn't bother me, doesn't affect me in any way whatsoever. Everyone's having fun.
They evened it up on their power play as well. So, tie game going to the third. We just got to stay with what we know and, get that next one.
You're up 1. Pew Suter scored 3-2. Anyway.
That's a mentality. Sorry.
No problem at all.
And it's deflected wide. Bodies flying everywhere. Nets jarred off and supports as crashing into his own goal was Fabro. Whistle blows and Smith and Merzlikins do a little pantomime there.
Well, some good looks for Vegas, just unable to capitalize.
Now with a steal. Touch it off does, but couldn't keep it out, and Kerfoot scores. After he turned it over, it'll be a shorthanded goal for Alex Kerfoot, and a rather unconventional one at that.
Well, Samsonov almost makes up for his mistake. Samsonov diving back, and he gets to it, but it goes up and over and into the net.
Wall lost it, got it back for the pass, deflected down. Lindgren.
Oh, he put it in his own net! Charlie Lindgren has just gifted Tampa the lead.
Oh no! Charlie put it in his own goal! Oh no! He went to dump it behind the net, and Charlie Lindgren put it in his own net. And it's 4-3 Tampa Bay. I can't believe it.
And the Capitals come from behind to win 5-4 over the Tampa Bay Lightning.
We all pretty much laughed it off, even me. Like, it was, I chucked that puck out of the rink, and I kind of chuckled to myself. It was obviously the worst mistake I've probably ever made in my life. The guys picked me up, and that's I got a lot of respect for those guys.
This guy first NHL talk tonight. No, in all seriousness, buddy, way to stick with it. That's a tough situation.
Everybody knows their identity and what they have to do to be successful as a team. So for Edmonton,
A squibber! And it went 5-hole on Marc-Andre Fleury! 1-0 Edmonton, 27 seconds in! And it is 1,000th start. Marc-Andre Fleury faces potentially the toughest bounce he's ever seen. That one ate him up.
Yeah, tough start. That's what I planned. I haven't played in 2 weeks, I think. And jeez, sing the replay. I don't know. I've seen goalie do this before. I don't think it's happened before to me, and don't know. It's tough, but just let in a little freak fudge and then forget about it, right? Like, move on.
Picked up by the Flames. It's brought in. Huberdeau hit the post on the empty net. 35 seconds to go. Once again, empty net. Kadri blocked. A save by Jones, but there's no time for the Rangers. And Kadri with it. Weaker shot wide, but it ends. It's over.
What, pray tell, happened there at the end?
Next question.
I mean, that looked
that's
like exactly
embarrassing.
the way you drew it.
Yeah, I mean, that's insane.
Oh, you gotta like it when the Radish brothers playing against one another. One a defenseman, one a forward, and there's a battle in front of the net there. And where has that battle been before, and where did it begin? Oh!
Put the hockey stick down or the golf club.
Don't knock your little brother down. I love it.
Connecting for Couturier, the tip. He scores! Captain Clutch! Sean Couturier beats Saros, and the Flyers somehow, someway, find a way to win this one.
By the way, the flick on goal by Tavares is not being counted as a shot on goal yet. A couple of shots for New Jersey, now 18-1, and a bit wonky here tonight in one direction. And now, look out! Very attempt by Timmins, almost winning off Stolarz, who sprawled to knock that down.
This one goes off. Oh, that would have gone in off the Tar's leg on the clear. Look at this.
He sure that's broken up by Holmberg. Loose puck by Bernice. Stop point right away. Stolarz rebound. Stolarz is in the net. The puck is not. It's knocked away by Tanev and fed back out by Dewar. He's got a step now on Mercer. In comes Dewar. Picked up by Holmberg. Scores!
Oh my goodness!
Holmberg short-handed goal ties the game. What a shocking turnaround. How did it stay out at one end? How did it go in at the other?
This is ridiculous.
Start the car. It's 1-1. And a race for the loose puck. It's Matthews. In comes Austin Matthews. He can win it. Scores! Austin Matthews breakaway goal. And the Leafs win it 2-1 in overtime. Final shots 38-14.
That game was nutty.
2-1 in overtime. The final. Get to the airport now.
Ottawa Senators have 5 empty net here for Drake Batherson. Batherson goes for it, misses. Looks like Montour got a piece of it. Some excellent goaltending by the defenseman.
They're the biggest cheer of the night for Brandon Montour.
Hamilton straight away shoots. It's blocked. Avs go for the puck. It's tipped and in. No goal. It was hit with a high stick. It was flipped right over Wedgwood's head, but the referee immediately says that was played with a high stick.
Well, this was almost genius. It goes up and over right there, and then Jesper Bratt gets his stick on that puck. It's obviously a high stick. What a creative play. That'd have been one of the coolest goals of the season if that had gone in.
Ricochets down the ice, giving chases Bluger. Out comes Merzlikins. Checked by Bluger. He's got an open net. Puts it in front. Sherwood scores. Elvis left the building.
That is a pure giveaway, and that is a wandering goaltender that just cost his team. And Canucks time to score it too.
Faber, Vogel wheels and fires. Fleury has to make an acrobatic snare over the back of the net. He was worried this one might catch him in the back. Takes no chances and makes the catch.
The linesman seems to appreciate that one too with a big smile.
Drysdale stays out there. He'll get it to Frost, who overskates the puck. Stenlund scores. Short-handed goal, 4-2 Utah.
What a gift. Stenlund, I'm sure he's as shocked as anyone. Frost just simply overskates it, and Stenlund on his toes is able to pick it up. A back-breaking goal.
Dustin Wolf. This is crazy pre-puck drop routine. I've never seen a goalie leap like that. Forget about Wolf, it's gonna be kangaroo. Awesome. Gives me warm fuzzies about Marty Tukro getting ready for shootouts back in the day.
It's a good-looking vertical.
If you ever have the opportunity to come to an NHL game and see one live, I recommend coming early and watching warm-up because you might get to see theatrical performances like this. Arbor Jack guy with the push-ups, a little whack to Caden Gooley. He's in pain, but he's going to shake this one off and be just fine, guys.
They do this every warm-up. Seems to be a superstition these two guys have going. I don't think it's going to change anytime soon.
Rodriguez, Tkachuk again. Oh no! Oh no! It
just misses.
He tried to get it back to the point and went right between the two defensemen. You see the reaction of Kulikov on the left side. He's going, oh no.
Advantage out of the first. Smith here in the third. What's happening in front of the linesman? Almost wound up in the net. The puck was in the crease. And a shot goes wide from Greenway.
In the slot with the goalie down.
Wow, what a sequence. A wild one.
Yeah, the linesman from the faceoff got dragged into the mud.
Matthews only has one. McCabe's going to help him. Give him a drag back. That's a long way to go. It's a hard enough change in the second period when you can skate to the bench. That's a heck of an assist by McCabe.
Well, Joseph Wall came in relief for Anthony Stolarz after the first period and seemed like a pretty uneventful relief appearance for him until he went down in the crease. And I don't know who the E-bug is, but I don't think we want to find out. As just caught a little rut there in the crease.
In front of Kochetkov, goes wide. Bullock shot, that goes wide. Kochetkov throws his stick in the air. He'll do some stuff like that.
He does. He totally does.
He is not a boring goalie.
Kochetkov, he just launches his stick up in the air like he's playing street hockey.
The start of this third period, almost put one in. Great shot attempt at one end and a great defensive play right in front of the net.
Skinner fell down. How did wrap around? And the Golden Knights are right back in this game. A gift to Brett Howden, his career best 11th.
And the turnover is costly as Howden wraps that one around. And it's a 2-goal game.
It's picked up. Empty net for McCarron. He skates ahead. McCarron broke the stick. Oh my Laundry, what just happened there?
Oh no, that is Jonathan Marchessault's away. The veteran played that in, Buddy Hop, and scores off the ledge. And Joseph Woll lost track of it, and Marchessault found it first.
But the only guy who really saw it was Marchessault because he's the one that shot it in. Watch as it hits right on the top dasher and goes straight up in the air and right off the knob of the stick. Credit Marchessault, though, of following that up. Tough play for Joseph Woll. He has no idea where it is.
Two great chances from each guy. Now break the chance. The pass. Connect. They could not finish it. It did not go. There were a couple of players behind Fleury, and somehow or other it stayed out. Looked like a slam dunk goal from here.
Oh, Michkov stopped it. His stick was on the ice. It stopped it. Oh, my goodness. That's incredible. I don't think I've ever seen that.
Down the middle, Nick Foligno splits in, feeds across. That doesn't go, and now it does on the second effort. Chicago leads.
And what a carom and fortunate bounce for the Hawks. Off the post, off Luke Hughes' mask. Wow. Face mask and his helmet and into the back of the net. What a weird goal that was, and the Hawks take a 1-0 lead.
Behind the net. Bounces, a weird one, and Montembeault, I think, made the stop from behind the net.
But as the puck goes up into his neck area, so it doesn't even go into his glove. It just lands and rests on the back of his neck. But that is a strange bounce. Really nice, calm and poised by Montembeault. Did not move.
Rock favor. Controlling back of the Minnesota net as the Wild get organized. Still with the puck. Fleury messing around with Evan Rodriguez out front of the net, trying to shield his vision.
As Coronado brings it in right to the front of the net, and Gibson steps out to make a save in tight. And it's loose behind him. John didn't know where it was. Huberdeau found it and scored.
Well, those are those bad bounces that comes from over the back of the net.
Right? Coronado got a piece of it as Jacob was trying to go off the boards to reverse it, and that popped it over the net, and Huberdeau was in the goal crease to score the game-winning goal.
How about Shane Pinto wants to get on the ice, but he forgets that his skate guards are on.
Isn't that a minor hockey trick?
Well, it is a minor hockey trick, but I think the best part about it is I believe the guys knew he had them on because they wanted to see him go down.
Off the post. Fleury was beaten on that play. Tucker a shot. Save Fleury. And now I bet we'll see a little love for the iron behind him.
The Wild intercept. Here's Broberg. Oh, he broke his stick. He's in trouble. Wild get it. Zuccarello in front. They score. Boldy and a 2-on-1 after a broken stick.
Aho and Hagel going at it, making faces at each other.
And you can sense that they know these 2 points. Aho and Hagel are going back and forth around you there.
Yeah, most of it I can't repeat. The usual stuff in a 2-1 hockey game that's been hotly contested.
Opening face-off. Chandler Stevenson matched up against Connor McDavid and his line mates. Jamie Oleksiak. The lights have gone out. Not in Georgia. Here in Washington. And let there be light. They are back on.
Interesting way to start this one. That's a new way to defend the Oilers. Just turn the lights out.
This is, and now with the goaltender out, that's what he was so passionate about.
You ever see this?
Nah, I don't think so.
Wow. Face off in their zone and out with John Tavares taking the draw and winning it for the Leafs for Marner. And he couldn't get it across. And Nylander, Tavares scores. John Tavares will finish it into an Islander empty net.
Drive here from Milano. Loosened foot off the post. Lee was right there, and then it trickles in. The Islanders go to the dirty area, get rewarded, and they are up 3-1.
You see Chris Letang, he tries to grab this puck and put it behind the net or below the goal line and ends up just putting it in the net.
Chisholm worked it back for Spurgeon. Score! Spurgeon shot found its way through.
And big Foligno with the Foligno hop. That's the old man. It was after goals. This is during a goal for him as he jumps out of the way of this blast. Does it go? Yeah, it went off his calf. It's going to be Marcus Foligno's goal.
Getting points out of games. They're 5-0-3. Oh, what a strange bounce. And Carlson's rebound chance is hoisted over top of a yawning net.
My goodness. Aiden Hill caught out of the goal crease on a dump in. Just managed to get a piece of that puck, and then, boy, is he living right as Leo Carlson had a wide open goal.
And Kochetkov will play it. 10 seconds left on the man advantage. Orlov into the zone. He'll look. Center from the score! He'll work it in. Kochetkov comes to cut it out. Svechnikov gets a stick to it. He's going to hand it across for Aho. Bingo!
Does Kochetkov have a multi-point game? He's got 2 points.
How are the teeth? How you feeling?
Yeah, I don't feel too good right now, but it'll be a tougher day tomorrow. But yeah, 9 stitches, 1 tooth gone. So, oh Jesus, got a face for radio right there now. So that ain't good. Don't feel too good. Don't feel too good looking either right now. So, yeah, thank God we got the Christmas pictures done already. So, yeah, it'll be a good fun couple days.
Alexander Romanov was the first man out for the Islanders skate this morning. Here he is taking a moment to himself around 5 o'clock getting ready for the game, but never forget, Lou Lamoriello is always watching. And Lou surely, maybe, smiling a bit at the Islanders start here so far tonight, Chris.
Not yet, Kyle. Not yet. It doesn't look like. The fans were expecting a penalty on that cross-check that brought down Marchment, and he is shaken up on the play.
Marchment backing in, and you're in that vulnerable spot.
Is this the best hit of the hockey game so far? Oh, that's a big one. Look out in orange. Sealer getting sealed.
Bouncing puck knocked down. Zary. Look at that stick handling. Connor Zary flipping pancakes as that puck goes into the Boston zone. Backhanded out by Pahal. Bouncing puck there. Zary working in the kitchen again.
Whipping pancakes last game.
They've come a long way from the locker room, Eddie, over the last couple of minutes. Through the visiting dugout here at Wrigley Field and then down 49 stairs.
Yeah.
Another long hallway leading to the dugout. Some more steps and then the walkway out to the ice.
You got to work. You got all lathered up there, Bush.
Example 139, why it's worth getting here early for warm-up. Steven Lorentz loves body checking the glass each time during warm-up. Tonight the glass hit back. Well, sort of. They took his helmet. The strap got wedged between 2 planes of glass. Quite the ordeal to get it loose. Max Domi had to come with a pair of scissors to finally break the helmet free.
Severson in on Kochetkov. And a poke check by Kochetkov. Severson never saw it coming. What a play.
What a save with the poke. Totally surprised. Severson on the play.
What an opportunity here for the Flames.
That's 5 in the box if you're counting, and Myers doesn't leave a whole lot of room.
That looks like the hockey when I played, the penalty box.
And just trying to get it out of harm's way is Borgen. Icing denied and a giveaway. Shot! Star! Kreider! Logan Thompson misplays the puck, and Chris Kreider takes advantage. The Rangers have the early lead.
Love you, baby. Say it to the mic. Say it to the mic. Tell me you love me. I did. Okay, perfect.
Good whistle here.
Love you a little less.
Full Caulfield, up top, Hudson shot. Hit a body wide behind the net. In the crease, where is it? Loose. And played up behind Quick. As that somehow stayed out. Caulfield with it. Down low. Suzuki the tip. Tries again. Banks it in again. Behind Quick. Down and out.
And
Jonathan Quick was in scramble mode as he lost his stick. He's got Nick Suzuki on top of him, and then he ends up grabbing one of his it's actually Yuri Slavkovsky's stick.
He grabbed the stick when he lost his and said, well, you know what? I'll use this one.
Yeah, you fell on top of my stick. I'm going to take your hit, the closest one near me.
Fucking from Marner. There's like it's down, and it is kept out as Matthews was tied up, lost his stick momentarily. Matthews had the goal stick. He grabbed the goal stick, took a look at it. Merzlikins has his stick.
Yeah, that's exactly why he
How
did.
do you call a penalty on one and not the other?
Merzlikins, after he loses his stick, look, he pulled it right out of his hand and now flips it around like it's a goaltender, so Matthews picks up his. All of a sudden realizing, yeah, okay, maybe I can't do this.
2 penalties on the play. Columbus goaltender, 2 minutes holding the stick. Toronto number 34, 2 minutes playing with an illegal stick.
Oh, boy, I don't think I've ever seen that. That's a first. Man, you can't do that. I'm sorry about it.
So there's Bobby McMann scoring moments ago to get Toronto back in this game. Teamwork coming together on his goal to get things rolling for Toronto. Drops his stick there. Matthew Knies, at a drop of a hat, hands him his stick off the bench. A few moments later, it's McMann finding the back of the net. That was why there was the point to the bench. A little rub for the blade as a thank you to Knies. And then back to the black tape that he is used to using as we roll on here, Chris.
It was an interesting one because after the goal, you go pointing to the bench right away, and I believe it was because Matthew Knies had given you his stick moments before, so take us through it all.
Yeah, lost my stick, I broke it, and then I saw Kniesy, I was like, oh, I want Kniesy stick, and then it was white tape, I didn't love that. And a little shorter, but then, yeah, as soon as I scored, I was like, oh, thanks for the stick, Kniesy. Yeah. I appreciate that.
Craig, if there's a new league that you play hockey without a stick, I'm drafting you Armia top 5 in my new league. Watch him work here.
But awareness, he understood Carey doesn't have a stick, so he hands off a stick, but he gets body position on Harley, pushes him out. He tries to kick it out here, and then on the next one, he gets on Oscar Beck, pushes him out of the way. Just a superb effort chip by Joel Armia, as well as great awareness.
Sabres play it back down to the Penguin zone. Nedeljkovic is going to go for the empty net. He's got a chance. Alex Nedeljkovic scores! A moment frozen in time. Nedeljkovic with the goalie goal as he caps off a magical night here in Buffalo.
Pens fans here, especially down around the bench, just going absolutely nuts.
History last night for Alex Nedeljkovic, the Pittsburgh goalie. The puck will come to Cody Glass, and on this sequence, Nedeljkovic is credited with an assist. Flashback time, Nedeljkovic 2016 ECHL, and a goal. 2018, Nedeljkovic playing for Charlotte against Hartford in the AHL. Another goal for him. 2023, Nedeljkovic for Scranton Wilkes-Barre in the AHL. Scored there, and that brings us back to last night. Watch Nedeljkovic. Sidney Crosby is watching this, and he knows it's going in before it goes in. Yes, Nedeljkovic, the first ever NHL goalie to have a goal and an assist in the same game. Remarkable.
You see the blade pop out right there. So now Sam Carrick knows he has well over 120 feet to get there. He was getting no help from the Ottawa Senators, but I looked at him here and he's got a smile on his face as he gets back to the bench.
Carrick is trying to get to the bench again. This looks like a replay of the first period. Broke the blade.
John, help him out.
Oh, loses the blade. Now he's screaming, John, help me.
There's nothing. I feel so helpless. There's nothing I can do.
As helpless as him.
The first time it was funny to him. The second time not so much. I won't even repeat what he said when he got to the bench.
Lost his blade now.
Blade is gone. Yep. Ovechkin on the delay.
He's got to play on one leg there, just shuffle himself back with his left leg only.
A helpless feeling for Carrier, whose skate blade was loosened from the boot. That's why he's getting a toe over to the bench.
And that was all because of a slap pass off the stick of the Capitals captain.
For probably 20 seconds, we're able to kill off. And that turnover shot, score! Ross Colton, how do you do? Into the forecheck, standing at the top of the crease, and the muffin comes right to him.
Well, we call giveaways like this pizzas. And that was a double stuffed pepperoni, cheese-filled crust. Just completely whiffs that pass.
We got some officials in the crowd, and they're really ready here. They're playing the entire part. Officials in the stands.
Be very serious about
there we go. Good job. All right. Are they doing that the whole game?
It stays in the zone. Luke Kunin has space. Shoots. Tipped. Where is it? Saros has it. He didn't know he had it.
The goal net lights on.
Did it go in?
That might have went in. The Sharks are celebrating.
They're celebrating. It did go in. It disappeared into the pads. I thought it disappeared into Saros' pads, but it was the padding around the net. It's 2-0 San Jose, I believe.
And here's Cunnin. And where is it? Did it go in?
I thought it went in.
He scored! Luke Cunnin scores!
Case of the disappearing puck.
Scuttles this into the corner. Lars Eller, the first man there with Dylan DeMello. Hellebuck holding the post. Just enough to keep Radish off the board. The Caps are saying it's in.
Capitals players are convinced this is in the net, and I think they're going to get the call. That happened so fast that no one, even the Capitals players, didn't realize it was in the net. And did that go over the top right shoulder?
It gets
into the middle of the net.
In the pad.
Starting lineups brought to you by Taco Bell. The Panthers 1 point ahead of the Maple Leafs in the Atlantic Division. And here comes Chicago off the opening faceoff, and they score! And Chicago strikes 7 seconds in.
Well, you couldn't ask for more of a better start if you're Chicago. This is right off the draw. Slager breaks in free. Slager takes off, uses his speed. Strong move to the backhand. 5-hole, 1-0. Chicago.
Here is McKinnon. McKinnon walks in, goes across on it, but he scores! Arturi Lehkonen. What a year he's having. Jared Bednar makes the subtle change.
And McKinnon, you see Lehkonen, he falls down.
Wow.
But he has the ability to still raise that puck up, get it above Sorokin's blocker from his butt, puts it in the back of the net. Him and McKinnon had a good laugh afterwards, too, behind the net.
Mama said there'd be days like this. Elias Pettersson is in the lineup. Marcus Pettersson is in the lineup. And so, too, is Elias Pettersson. He's also in the Vancouver lineup. Help me, Dave.
Godspeed, Shorty.
Off the draw, Nelson breaks his stick. And Saad unable to get it out. D'Angelo on the keep it. Late to the corner for Siplikov. Nelson just getting a fresh stick from the bench. Back in the play. Romanov shoots it. Tip score! That new stick worked out well. Brock Nelson puts the Islanders back ahead. He broke his stick off the face-off, went for a fresh one at the bench, and barely got himself to the net before he tips it home.
Sissons emerges, a one-timer Shea. And they score! What a bounce! It fluttered up in the air, nobody could see it, and it ends up behind Luukkonen. It's tied at 2.
I'm not exactly sure what this hits, and Luukkonen doesn't either. Luukkonen has no idea where that puck is. Look at McCarron right in front of him. Big 6'6", Michael McCarron. Luukkonen, no clue where that puck was. He didn't even see it come off the stick. I believe it was Cole Smith's stick. That's what created the bounce and the fluttering up in the air. Take that one. That was a perfect tip.
So Marchand got out of the box. There was a gremlin in there that grabbed him. Marchand having to put himself back together on the bench. Addie Falconer over to help him out.
Area then moved at 8 to Pinckney.
Right off the draw. And Seider put it in his own net.
2-0 Los Angeles.
Oh my. Oh, what a bad break. You don't see this very often.
Oh. Post and just in.
Oh my goodness.
Center will get credit for that.
Yeah.
Field.
Yeah, Seider tried to pull the puck back to behind the net, right on the tip of the blade, off the post, in the net. The Kings get a gift and a 2-0 lead. Oh boy, that hurts.
Yes, it does.
Pospisil as a separator now to the slot. And now Anderson pumps it in, he scores. And he'll go right to the Wild corner to stare down the Minnesota Wild fan after finding a power play goal near the end of the second.
They can't believe it. Look at the reaction. Oh, he is a piece of work, I got to tell you. Rasmus Anderson stare downs with members of a fan base from the other team. So the glare is in full effect.
Thank you, Ryan. Yeah, laser focused with that fan near the end of the second period. Gives Calgary an extra push with his 7th of the season.
Nugent Hopkins, 36%. Wrist shot, never materialized.
Bring it back, and he's looking for that quick little shot right there, and it just rolls off the stick and doesn't get the shot away.
Can't connect with Hintz. Stone leaves it for Eichel, surrounded by all 5 stars.
Escort. It was like a police escort entering the zone.
Right in the middle.
Yeah, he's got great hands. Watch all 5 guys, and he still gets in there.
The Toronto, now it's lifted to center, and McTavish one-hands it off the post as he was that close to a hat trick.
Oh my goodness. Mason McTavish
the puck rolling a little bit. He tries to steer it in, and too bad. That would have been a great hat trick for Mason, who has had himself a terrific night.
Breaking loose, 2-on-1, Bushkevich spins, waits, Thomas, one-timer missed an open net! It's been that kind of night for Robert Thomas. He'll be thinking about that play in his dreams.
Puck is dropped, and it's 4-0. In the opening period, and Razor just took another one, and that was a rocket. Rob says, play on, boys. I'll be good for another 2:22. Then you can have a look at it. Razor for the second time. Yeah, took one right off the.
Yeah, I got a couple there in
first.
the eyebrow, a couple little stitches. But
all right, so where did it hit first, or is that all in one motion?
Right where the golf ball is, right here.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not normal. That's not normal. So.
And an injury sustained by Rob Ray, taking yet another puck to the face. Rob opted for higher ground tonight, Marty, and I would say maximize the opportunity to the nth degree.
I'm glad they didn't put the full shield on his helmet. Yuri Kulik needed it in the game, but he had plenty of food. I brought him a foot-long hot dog with cheese, a chili dog, popcorn, a nice cold cola. And then I wasn't even gone. He was showing that thing down. Like, come on.
Trust me, we heard it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And the Carolina Hurricanes have hooked me up here with a little bubble wrap. Did you see that?
Nice.
Telling me to stay safe and love the Canes and hoping nothing happens there.
Connects with Ogren, who moves in. Back to Gaudreau. Shot. They score! Looks like it goes in off an Islander defenseman.
Certainly does. Goes off the defender out front. D'Angelo trying to get out of the way. Can't do it. Puck climbs up over Sorokin.
Boldy trying to hold off a check. Centers. And they score! Zuccarello! It's 5-3 Minnesota.
I think
it went
off
the defenseman.
Out in front. Shoots it into his own net. Tony D'Angelo. He's got 2 goals for the Wild here this evening. One off the Breezers, and this one he just chips into the net. I think Boldy's going to end up getting credit for that one. D'Angelo having a night he'd like to forget.
Back off the center. It's a race for the puck. Hathaway flying after. Hathaway. The goalie comes out. It bounces. It goes in. They score! Doesn't matter how. Got it, Hathaway with the goal. And it's 2-1 Philadelphia. He can only laugh.
What a break this is, and I'm sure that Hathaway will tell a story to his kids someday about a goal he scored against Pittsburgh, and it went top shelf off the crossbar. Banks it right off of Hathaway. A fortunate bounce and some laughs and smiles.
Stamkos downhill, shot kick back, rebounds there. And the chance doesn't go for Novak. And the puck cleared out of the zone. Look out here.
That's in the net.
Bullseye!
Who's got credit for this one? Is it that number 30? Did he just score?
Back to celebrate with him.
Yeah, he might get it. He was the last guy he makes the save.
7th goal of the afternoon for the New York Islanders. Ilya Sorokin is grinning. A save on a shot from the right side. Went off his blocker. There's the puck, and that, I believe, is going to be a goalie goal here today for Ilya Sorokin.
There goes Gustafsson to the bench. The Avs come back. He'll retreat, and it's fired wide by O'Connor. That's an icing call. Oh my goodness, Gustafsson had the reversal, and it was fired wide.
Right here, Gustafsson's on the way to the net. McKinnon sees he puts on the brakes. I thought that was going in for sure.
31% in his career. He walks in, denied by Georgiev. And a broken stick for Marner.
Yeah, he broke his stick there right at the end.
Going, and as he leans on the stick, it fails him.
Finally drops it back to Chychrun, a wrist shot that Snap Brady Tkachuk stick in half. A little between the legs, he snaps it across the stud slot. Like a long snapper there.
Brady looks like he could probably be a line snapper if he wanted to be.
Or a tight end. Camp wins that face-off back to Lorentz. And Lorentz shoots the little save. And rebound knocked away by Brody. Chips it in by Lorentz. He's got Camp with him. In comes Lorentz. Shoot! He hit the discarded stick. He hit the knob of his broken stick. That was his own stick. It's only 10 inches big. If you gave him $100, he couldn't do that again.
Never. I don't think he saw it. He skated right into it.
Well, there's something you don't see every day.
He's shaking his head. Tough luck, or
who's the jerk that left that stick on the ice? Oh, wait.
tough or where does he see? Like, how could that be possible?
Here's a look at McNabb. You can see where it hits his skate, and then the steel comes out. It goes flying, and I think he may have damaged the plastic after. Usually it's a quick fix put new steel in, but he finally made his way to the bench. But he went back down the tunnel, so maybe a little more repairs are needed.
Deflects down the ice. Mersley gets way out to get there ahead of Reichel, and he's back out to the Hawks try to take advantage. And he goes high in the air, he grabs the puck. Mersley goes forward to Kimbe Mutombo and knocks the puck out of the air.
I love it. Elvis is alive and well. You gotta love the effort there.
He's setting up Crosby. Cross-ice pass.
Off the stick of Miller. And off of Miller.
Penguins take the lead.
Keandre Miller standing right in front of Igor Shesterkin. It's coming right at him, and for the Rangers, just a horrible bounce. And beats Shesterkin.
Yeah, there's really nothing you can do. I mean, if you're Miller, how many times did that puck hit you and just bounce somewhere else?
And then right afterwards, how about this? Watch Huberdeau here. Loses a stick, and here, I'll get it for you. I couldn't believe Holman did that. I was even alone. Let him pick it up. For having a quiet chuckle at the same thing, actually.
The near side, Giroux throws one on goal. Rebound. Oh, what a stop!
Tonight he doesn't have a stick. He gets some help, and the puck goes up over the net. He's in full sprawl mode.
Drop. Caulfield sends it across. Matheson trickles in. Score! How did that go in? Slafkovsky in front, and it gets by Kemper. The Habs will take it. It's 1-1.
You're right. The Habs won't take it. It's just a play that just gets directed towards the net. It kind of pops up. Kemper has no idea where it is.
Kemper was stunned.
All right, Batman. They filmed these movies here in Chicago, didn't they?
Zibanejad trying to.
Only in Madison
Zamboni
Square
boards.
Garden do you see this happen quite often. Even when I was a player playing here, the Zamboni gate area there, you got to be careful. You hear guys in the locker room go, be careful with your stick in there, guys.
Marc-Andre Fleury all those years ago. Now it's picked up by Nyes. Time winding down the period. Nyes in, shoots, he got it! He got it! The green light is on, but it looks like the puck went in before the horn sounded.
You gotta be kidding me! Penguins are making a high-risk play here thinking, who cares, there's not enough time left. Clean play. Do you take a slapper? He takes a wrister! The green lights certainly were not on
Okay,
until.
watch this. Okay, 2, 1.
Oh, it's on, and it might not even hit the back of the net.
It's in.
It is in at .1.
Oh my.
Barely.
Shaken up, but he's staying out there. Kings with it. Fiala shot! Scores! Talk about picking your corner!
And does it end up going between the legs? Yes, it does. Then the shoulder, then the back of the net.
Poor Bichel looked like a big baby moose.
Brad Marchand, strange tournament for him, given his Boston Bruin affiliation.
Zach Jones deflected off the helmet and in. It went off the helmet of Will Coley and into the net.
But I think they let it. Here comes the shot again. It gets deflected up in the air. Oh, no. He just tried to get out of the way. Is what he did. That is definitely going to count. And he just tries to get out of the way.
Keller trying to free it. Worked it to the front. Bit of a gamble there by Ian Cole, but way out to play it is Karel Vejmelka. Look out. And a goal.
That's what Ian Cole would like to have back. Carolina pounces, it's 3-1.
There was ever so slight of a hesitation from Karel Vejmelka. And then Sebastian Aho had a wide open net.
For Jake Gensel has tied this at 5. You see Nikita Kucherov. That's not a happy dude right there. As he looks, as Jake Gensel sits in front of them while they clean up some hats. And it's 5-5.
Here comes Soucy with a shot to save me. Carson Soucy gets in on the action.
You could hear the crowd kind of moan because the puck went through him. And I'm not sure it got over the goal line or not. Where is it? Trickled over the line.
The line.
Right.
You're right, Joe.
Yeah.
Joe, wearing his official's uniform, called it before the official.
3 seconds left. They put 5/10 of a second back up there. Here we go. Face off, fought for, loose, out in front, a chance, they score! Lucas Raymond, did he beat the clock? He could have! At the expiration of regulation appears to have tied the game. We'll see.
The call on the ice is confirmed, no goal.
The Ottawa Senators have won 3 straight. Detroit has lost 6 in a row.
And they're off from Brooklyn to Central Park.
All the way north on the FDR Drive.
Oh, welcome to Rogers Oilers Hockey on Sportsnet. I'm Gene Brinsby. Just made it through the half marathon for New York City. Oh, move up in the Pacific Division. Give me some. We're out. Love it. Hey, everybody, and welcome to Rogers Oilers Hockey on Sportsnet. I'm Gene Principe. Ho! Shazam! And welcome here to New Jersey, where the Edmonton Oilers are set to go. It's right here. The Oilers are trying to pull a win and a rabbit out of the hat. For the Bills and the Bills Mafia, they started this table jumping, and so I decided I'm going to join Bills Mafia. All right. So welcome to Bills Mafia, Gene. And Oilers Mafia is on hand tonight here.
Schedule, everybody's playing.
Oh, look at that. Score from the neutral zone. Kastelik just sent it toward the net, and it went in past Vasilevsky. A stunning goal and a 2-0 Boston lead.
This is a perfect goal to go in the game that we were just describing.
It sure is.
This puck is just cleared around the boards. Look at Vasilevsky. Whoops.
Dart is in. Good jump by Eric Johnson. An opportunity in the slot. Saved by Wedgwood on his backside. And like a ballerina, he throws that leg in the air. Save. Rebound. Saved by Wedgwood. Oh, my goodness gracious. Wedgwood laying out like a porpoise.
As the Kraken and Capitals turn the penalty box into what looks like the regular bench.
They sent him down the tunnel. I love that look. 5 guys in the penalty box for the Kraken. The Capitals have to find a way to kill this.
He's a Granlund shot. Goes wide rebound. Bounced away. Scored! Off of Skinner, off of Epperson, and in.
Rattles off the young defender. This is a one-shot hockey game with 11 minutes to go in regulation.
What'd you think of the rest of your guys' effort and really the way you finished tonight in this win?
Sorry, I couldn't hear it. People screaming at me.
It's all right. We'll give it a sec for the horn.
Jesus.
What'd you think of the effort tonight and the way you guys finished down the stretch?
Yeah, I think it was good.
One thing you love about hockey players, they get ready for the games in different manners. We had our cameras focused on Matt Rempe and Connor Hellebuck.
Yeah,
different times now.
They both go to the bench. And Connor Hellebuck's been doing this for years now. His eyesight, keep an eye, and maybe he's looking for Rempe, and Rempe says, no, there's Hellebuck. I can't stand to look at the guy.
Finding in front of Kadri with Sharangovich. Plays to Kadri, now to Uyghur on the Flames power play. Fakes over to Huberdeau, lets it fly, and scores! Huberdeau beats a stunned Lankinen, and he's the only one that knew that puck went in. How about that from Huberdeau? A power play goal after a shorthanded goal, and Huberdeau's feeling it tonight.
And nobody else knew it was in except Huberdeau.
Frederick Lecuyer, Brandon Schrader, they've had a busy evening. Here's Lecuyer.
On the play, number 77 for Detroit is going to have a minor for roughing, and all the other guys going to have a misconduct. Buffalo will have a power play for 2 minutes.
Simplification, we love it. Nicely done. All the other guys.
Toot the gang.
Yeah.
Couldn't handle the pass, though, and here's Pettersson in the slot. Makes a move, put it off the post. Oh, that was close. Rang it off the iron. Another chance, Hoglander scores. First chance off the iron, and then in the ensuing chaos, Nils Hoglander makes it 4-1 Vancouver. Let's take a look. That's interesting. They might have to wind the clock back a little here. Oh, yeah, that's it.
That's the first one. Post and middle post.
Yeah, so that'll be Pettersson's goal. They're going to look at that.
Snaps it in. He thinks he scores right there, which he is correct. He did score, but he stays with it.
Dangerous pass. Good aggressive play by Zibanejad. And open it. Score! Daniil Tarasov, the goalie, mishandled the puck, left a wide open net, and Lafreniere puts it home.
In the last 17 games, and Brady Tkachuk also gets a helper. Hallmark, turn it over. Matthews scores, and the Leafs capitalize on a huge gap by the Ottawa netminders.
Just an errant play that Omar's got lots of time, but it's his initial carry. Shabbat gets stuck in no man's land, and there's a gift for Austin Matthews.
Yeah, I got to work on my dangles a little bit. Now it's not a good toe drag. If your goal is time to go.
And that's Jeff O'Neill at the panel right there.
Yeah, he's
having a little snooze.
A rough night.
Or a rough pregame.
Vegas will do that to you. Myers tees it up and shoots. He'll make the stop on Philip Myers, who's never afraid to shoot.
What's going on?
Hey.
Whoa.
And for the Rangers, it's a shutout streak of over 134 minutes now after back-to-back shutouts by Quick and Shesterkin. Shesterkin had a 21-save shutout against the Islanders on Monday, his 4th of the season and his 3rd lately. And they score! The Capitals have taken a 1-0 lead off the face-off, P.L. Dubois.
Forget about the puck. Here's the glove to the face for a second, and then you can see the smile on the face as Stolar's chatting with Stützle.
Werenski and Severson on the blue line.
Look out, Brad, and he scores. Off the stick of Greaves and to the wrong guy, Jesper Bratt. And just like that, it's 2-0 New Jersey.
Yeah, that one's on Jet. He knows from behind the net he lost control, didn't control it.
Patrick Laine weaves it, wrist shot, and the stick right out of the hand of Hallmark.
Right out of his hand.
And still without it. That stick is miles away. Can Montreal take advantage? Pass to Dvorak. He's in. Dvorak, forehand, score! No stick, no problem. Dvorak beats him, and it's 1-0 Montreal.
What a quick start for Montreal. Goshen was in deep. That pass broken up. A nice play by Brendan Hoffman. He blocked the pass. Then his stick got turned upside down and he pushed it out with the handle of the stick.
Good play.
Looking to make some changes with 22 seconds left. Give it away out in front. Jarvis shoots. He scores. A gift for Carolina. Hurricanes lead at 3-2.
The shaft of the stick breaks in the hands of Nikita Zadorov, right to Jarvis. What a way to give up the 3rd goal with just 18.6 seconds remaining in regulation.
Stuart Skinner back between the pipes after a very interesting TV timeout, so comes to the bench. He's not happy. That's the kind of night it's been. He didn't. Oh, there you go. He was able to break the stick.
But let's go back. Let's start with the first goalie that we have here, I believe. Oh, Georgiev. It hasn't really been a great year. Got traded, smashed a stick, threw it. Nedeljkovic. It's not that easy. Wow. It's not that easy to break it. He wants to break that too. But this just shattered. This Monday night, Jacob Markstrom, he'd had enough in the shootout. They took it a little too literally, I guess. But I think you can handle this.
I feel like Markstrom in here. I'm Markstrom in this net. Look at this. Go ahead, Panger.
That's a salt, Panger.
Go ahead, Panger.
All right, Panger.
Okay, so
Let's see what you do.
That's a terrible goal, Panger.
Yeah, buddy.
Come on, Panger. Jeez, Panger. Jeez. Come on, Panger. Jeez, Panger. Oh, my gosh.
That's what it took to beat him on Saturday. Pesce throws one in, and they score. It went off the shoulder of Gustafsson. Now, the official hasn't signaled yet, but this puck looked like it popped over the shoulder of Gustafsson, and I thought he carried it over the line himself with the puck in his equipment, but let's see. Actually, a terrific reactionary save by Gustafsson when he felt this puck on his back.
On further video review, the call on the ice is confirmed. We have no goal.
Gord Dwyer makes the call with some help from the guys in Toronto.
Out to the point blanket cross. Sends it to the net. It's loose in front. Marchessault. He scores! Is it a buzzer beater? Did it beat the clock? Marchessault with no time left. The referee's over by the scorer's table.
Well, the Blues are going out and celebrating. They think the game's over. I'm not sure if this is a tactic or what's going on here.
Does it beat the clock? No.
Oh, my God.
It's over. This is going to be a win for the Blues.
That's unfortunate. That's as close as you get.
Trademark breakaways in the month of March. Oh, it's in! Bounced in on the clear attempt by Wall.
William Eklund's going to get credit for that.
Wolf still can't believe it. No, he can't. He got handcuffed a little bit as Eklund was a little closer than he expected. As this one, just a dump in that gets chipped.
Why not? There's not much ground here. You want to be back with a guy like Connor as Nurse rockets it in the general direction of my partner there.
I was ready
Pickard was there for you.
I told you, Pick's got my back. It was a good glove hand save right there. I don't know what I said about Darnell that made him want to try and pick me up on the bench.
I don't know. That replay seemed to suggest you weren't ready for it.
I kind of backed up a little bit.
All right. Carves it out of there for Perry. He'll churn the legs and fire it right at Louis DeBrusque.
Right into the glove again. I mean, listen, great reaction by Pick again. He's dialed tonight. Hey, he's dialed.
Go Byram. Plays it behind the net. Buffalo, a high stick in front. Doesn't appear to have been called. Yeah,
Give him the puck.
Give him the puck.
Give him the puck.
Sabres throw it away, and this is going to maybe go into the net, off the boards. Oh my goodness, it did.
Give him the puck.
Well, this is something you don't see very often, but it does happen. Whenever Utah touches the puck. Own net.
Besser loads up, shoots, stop, rebound, puck is loose, they score. Another power play goal for the Canucks. They are up 3-0. It's from Havers, Matejchuk, a shot, deflection, score! Marchenko fires, he scores! Sleeper Fabro, on toss, score! We're tied! Sherwood in front for Myers, tipped on goal, and they score! Paratu, he fires, and he scores! Jenner sets it up, Matejchuk drive, he scores! And they punch right back, it's 5-4! Danforth wins the battle, Cylinder and Tansey fires, the rebound, score!
24, Columbus made contact with the goaltender in the crease. We have no goal. Face off his own side.
He floats one over to Marchenko. He fires. Score! It's Boone Jenner again! And the game is tied up at 5. Fires it past the Fabro. His shot out loose, and they score! Matthew Olivier! Skate to stick, open net, the Jackets have the lead. Joshua right in front, and they score! It's Ratu. We are tied up at 6. It's KJ in on goal, makes the move. He scores a beauty! He skates in on goal, makes the move. Elvis Merzlikins says no! In a wild one, the Columbus Blue Jackets win it 7-6.
Makes the move. Back in front. Nedeljkovic the stop. Oh, it stayed out. Alex Nedeljkovic. Theatrics in the blue paint. And he covers up. Look at that picture right there. Everybody collapsing to the net. Hanging in the Louvre.
Well, you might like to take part in NFL fantasy football, but be careful if you don't do well. Meet Austin Vesely, who finished last in his fantasy league. His buddies bought him tickets right behind you so he could be on television all night.
Claire sent me a note saying, can you get a picture with that clown behind you? And I turned around, and there he was.
Got in on the hands a little bit and turned the blade over. So that is not a real referee in behind.
So, it's going to be 4-on-4. The game comes back with a couple great shifts, and Timo Myers leading the way.
It's like Demko is trying to figure out something in his equipment right now. Canucks had a full practice yesterday, trying to get Demko back in shape, ready to roll. He was a Vezina finalist last year. Had a best 2.45 goals against average.
Against Elvis Merzlikins, who's 3-0 in shootouts this year. He stopped 8 of 9 shots in net for Columbus. Duclair lost the puck. Oh, boy.
That's an easy save.
Just kind of rolled up on his heels, stuck to his blade.
Just mishandled that.
Tough one.
How about that header boost by Mitch Marner?
How about that? A little soccer style there, Kenny and Bush. You mentioned a little bit earlier.
That's yours in your head.
Intercepted by Falk. How about Neighbors? He knocks it with his stick and heads it to himself. We saw Mitch Marner head a puck. Well, you got a helmet. The other night, now we see Neighbors headed out of the zone.
Mitch Marner shot blocked. And a chance for the empty net off the point. But didn't get a chance to change. And this won't be icing. Nyes lost it. And it's bounced back out. Is that going to be enough? And Marner gets back to the final minute. His shot scored. It'll come to Marner in front. Nylander scores! Are you watching this? The Leafs have tied it.
He'll get it past Wenberg. 2-on-1. Here's McMahon. Saved by Georgiev. And he covers it up and shovels it out to the side. But the Leafs get it back. And then it's just wide.
Austin Matthews loads up, hits the post against Toronto's Joseph Wall. And he scores! Celebrini buries it. And now Mitch Marner has to score. Saved by Georgiev! The Sharks win! And they are the most fun last place team you will ever see!
In the first period. Now we got a linesman down. Fly with Highmore. He still makes the call. Linesman Steve Barton, but Highmore was slow to get up as well.
And the guys are still chirping him about the call as he's down. Well, we got a couple spare referees in the crowd if there is an injury.
Konechny moves in. Konechny back to Michkov. He scored. Oh, hit the post. It didn't go. It didn't go. Check to the horn sounds. Matvei Michkov that close to his first career hat trick, and he caught iron.
I feel so bad for Michkov.
Empty net for Konechny across. Michkov score. No, in and out. It stayed out. It didn't go in. Oh, the kid doesn't get the hat trick. The horn sounds. How did that stay out? For Matvei Michkov for the hat trick goal.
He can't believe it. He cannot believe that he missed the net. Wide open.
Into the second minute, and Benoit will get a clear, and Kelly Sutherland diving to get out of the way, and he sets up Lorentz. Scores! Sure-handed! Steven Lorentz! Oh, man. And Kelly Sutherland can't feel worse.
Clearing out of pressure, Benoit just clearing this down. Look at just the ball. Now there's nothing the official, Kelly can't do anything about it, but a heads-up play by Lorentz.
In front, Kyrou shoots it right on goal. Rebound, Holloway centers it. Tipped out of midair. Thomas out of midair. He scores! What a goal by Thomas!
Watch Dylan Holloway here. Kyrou out of the air. Holloway keeps it out of the air. And then eventually it finds Thomas. 1, 2, and the trifecta right here. Thomas smartly waits for that puck to drop below the crossbar.
Director of the board there in his own end.
And it goes in. Second fluke goal. And Austin Watson, I believe, is going to get credited for the goal. This is unbelievable. And it's one of those nights, guys. Really?
Well, this puck is tipped about 60 feet away from Karel Vejmelka and goes end over end over his shoulder.
Shot deflected wide. In behind the net. McTavish trying to get it loose. And it comes in front. It's in the net.
You know what? It was flipped off the back of the net and put over the shoulder of Korpisalo by one of his own players. And Jackson's going to come in here and flip it up in the air.
Oh, wow.
And it was knocked in. Zacha with the left hand off the crossbar, off the back of Korpisalo.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is the definition of getting a bounce.
Off the stick. Here's Foligno chasing. Again, Hellebuck comes way out to play it. Again, he coughs it up. Foligno on the puck. Takes a shot. Scores! Another shorty. It's Foligno. And the Hawks take a 1-0 lead.
Mazar challenged. Hellebuck went to play it. There he tries to go on the backhand, which is a very difficult play to make and an ill-advised one. And basically, the captain, Nick Foligno, makes him pay.
Stolen, Marcus Pettersson, and scored by the Canucks. 59.1 left. Still a 2-goal game, but the Canucks get their third. And now we might not be done because Demko will probably go back to the bench yet again. Delays, center, shot, score by Pius Suter. It's a 1-goal game, 28.4 seconds to play.
Back-to-back 6-on-5 goals to turn this into a tension convention for the final half minute.
22 seconds left as Vancouver dumps it in. Near side corner, Hronek clogged up by Harley. He just wants to eat the clock. They jam for it. It pops free. Along the wall for Garland. To the left wing side, Hughes. Shot just wide. Rebound in front. They scored. Vancouver has tied it. 5.2 seconds left. 3 goals in the final minute for the Canucks. Impossibly have this game tied.
I would say it's impossible if I hadn't just witnessed it.
He then gets knocked down. Play goes on and scored by Sherwood. Kiefer Sherwood completes one of the most improbable comebacks you'll ever see.
Reaching in for that puck there was Jari's
feeling good. Oh, Jari.
That looked way worse than it was. He was trying to help him.
Trying to help him.
I was actually about to commend Nazar. Look at him. Work on your edge work, kids.
Yeah, he's going back till he's 10 years old. Yeah, that's what you do at hockey school. I mean, does it get any classier than that from Jari, too?
Well, it's the game within the game, and this is Mackenzie Weegar, who has the tradition of staying on the ice to be the last person on the ice, but the Ducks wouldn't go away. Zegras, McTavish. Obviously, Weegar wants to put the puck in the net at the last minute. Corey Sarch is joining us in the intermission. Sarchi, what do you make of this little gamesmanship?
It's just a good, friendly little battle out there. I mean, normally I'd be in the dressing room taking my stuff off, so I don't usually get to see these shenanigans go on. But you know what? I had the question, does Mackenzie Weegar give up the home ice advantage when he's on the road? But you were a firm no on that. He stays right out till the bitter end. This is his territory.
He likes to dig in. Gentlemen?
Washington fell behind its last game at home Thursday night to Carolina 2-0. Shepherd left the net and they score. The officials are talking about this when the puck was out by the blue line and Matejchuk put it into the empty net.
There is no goal on the play. It went directly in off of the linesman.
Oh yeah, it hits the linesman who is not in play, and it goes directly into the net.
Who has a goal today. And the officials stop the play. They're going to send a couple more to the box.
So Voronkov's on the ice. He's supposed to be in the penalty box. He's like, what am I doing? So no, he didn't know he had a penalty. Somebody just realized. Dean Evason didn't know he had a penalty. So now the players are trying to figure
Columbus, number 10, received a 10-minute misconduct earlier in the period. He was no longer eligible, and then he was on the ice, so there was an illegal player for Columbus on the ice. They have a minor penalty for an illegal player, and number 10 for Columbus is still removed from the hockey game.
I don't think the Columbus folks knew that Voronkov had been given the misconduct penalty.
Well, I can tell you who else didn't know, and that's the guy that's yelling at John McIsaac there. He's like, I had no idea he was supposed to be in the room.
Washington, number 43, 2 minutes unsportsmanlike conduct and a 10-minute misconduct.
Well, as soon as the goal was scored, Wilson went right over to the officials, arguing that there should have been a penalty on Fantilli.
Lagesson sends this one across the line, long wrist shot, high, bounced out in front, and Mott has scored! Vasilevsky had no idea where that was. It dropped at his feet, and Mott was there to make sure that it got over the goal line, and it's 2-1 Detroit.
He expects it to come out the other side. See where he's looking? Now he feels it off the back of his foot, and when he doesn't see it, it's like, whoops. But Mott in the right place at the right time and good reaction.
He's got Teravainen and slows down. Nazar scores! Frank Nazar, shorthanded, 1-0 Hawks. Ta-da! There it is. Oh, it comes back into his pad. Yeah, you see it there.
Ah, okay. It was readjusting his pants, so that would make sense.
A first for the Hawks in the shootout on Montembeault. Bobble got it back, makes a move, and scores on the backhand. Locks it for a second, recovered in time, goes upstairs.
Are they still debating whether or not that Nazar puck was in the net or not? Remember, they never found the puck. I bet that's what it is.
They're saying there's a possible goal on the last Chicago shot.
On the previous shot, the puck went in the net, this is a goal.
This is the goal, they're saying. They just announced this here.
Montembeault is still looking underneath, and he's looking for the puck.
Sure what Marty St. Louis not happy, but yeah, it's still pretty clearly, it's still there.
It's right there.
Yeah. There's any doubt.
I get on the bench and I go up to Fliggy and I'm like, I scored, right? He goes, no, nice try, bro. I'm like, what? Like, I scored. I know I scored, you know. And
Chin pinned, but Thomas there, right in front, backhander. They score! Jake Devers has made it 2-0 St. Louis.
What a play right there. Great execution, great finish.
Wenberg deflects, comes free to Toffoli, and he scores. Johansson has some space and scores! DeFaber, he scores! Thompson a shot deflected, and Celebrini scores. Now to Eriksson, a shot, save, rebound, they score! Fleury with a save, rebounds behind him, and they score. Plays it in behind, Smith back to Celebrini, and he scores! Blanc got it back, Kaprizov scores!
He knocks it out of the air. They score! Fires, save Georgiev. Rebound loose. They score! Holding. Eriksson Ek scores! Celebrini centers. Kovalenko scores. Gotten it to him. Here's Celebrini for the hat trick. Gives to Smith a shot. He scores! And with 50.4 seconds left, the extra attacker goal for San Jose ties it at 7. Kaprizov drops. Zuccarello. Back to Kaprizov. He scores! It's an overtime win for the Wild.
Here is Ovechkin. Shoots. He scores! He scores! Number 895.
Thank you, Les Sorokin, to let me score 895. Love you, brother.
Original penalty on the ice to Toronto, number 89, 2 minutes for high sticking. Ottawa, number 15, has 2 minutes for roughing. And then Toronto, number 2, 11, 25, 74, and 89 have 2 minutes for roughing. And then Ottawa, 43, 15, 22, 33, and 81 have 2 minutes for roughing. We're going to play 4-on-4.
Your grocery list
That is a grocery list.
Racing the other way. He'll take the Dallas line. Lehkonen shot stopped by Unger. Rebound in the net. Scored. A caromed back in past Unger. And chaos leads to the first goal as Colorado has it.
The absolute ugliest of ugly goals. Pretty for them. The ripper, the juicy rebound, and then how does that go in? How does it go in?
For Duchesne, one-timer. Puck is against the side of the net. Kept alive. It was dislodged by Dallas. Rantanen had it slip away from his stick once again. 10 left on the power play. Stars get it back.
Blackwood, netminder, doesn't have a stick.
Shot, score! Tipped by Hintz. And past the empty-handed Colorado netminder. Dallas is on the board.
Well, this was born out of that delayed play. You can see the netminder's stick is caught up in the netting. The ghost stick in behind. Stars have cut the lead in half with their power play.
Anderson goes into the Washington bench. Wilson trying to get at him, and now they're fighting in the bench. Anderson and Wilson have gone into the Capitals bench. Down on the ground as players are trying to reach over. Evans is getting in, trying to stop Duhaime from reaching over. The linesman is on top of both of them. And the Canadians, with 8 seconds to go in the period, sting the Washington Capitals. And Wilson mocking them with the fake crying. I love it.
We've already seen another example of it tonight between the Panthers and the Lightning. There is nothing better than playoff hockey. And we are underway again. Score! Just to begin 9 seconds in.
Wyatt Johnson with his first of the playoffs, and it couldn't come at a better time. It happens right off the opening draw. Wyatt Johnston does a great job jumping on that. Beats Blackwood on the short side.
Puts it right back across to Johnston. Johnston finds a cutter. It's Harley. Blocker save by Blackwood. It's up in the air. Score! It fell behind him. It popped up in the air, landed on his back, and ended up in the net. 2-0 Dallas.
Hits off of the back of Blackwood and in the net.
And could that have been interference? Every much as elbowing with where the puck was?
Yeah, pick your poison, whatever you want. Interference, elbowing.
The setup at the top. Jake Wallman walks the line. Wallman with a shot. Moose right in front. Kemper got over there. Now far side. Can he keep it out? They whack away, and the puck is in. I don't know. They didn't call it a goal on the ice. It went in the net, but they're going to have to look at this. Kemper just sprawling. There's the kick, and then there's the stick.
The player of Edmonton was kicking the puck, but was able to play it before it crossed the line. Therefore, we have a good goal.
We're tied at 4. Evander Kane. Jim Hiller's calling over the referee here. Needs some more time. Is he going to call a timeout to want to check? What are they going to check for goaltender interference? Will be challenged by the Kings.
After review, the call on the ice, 10. We have a goal.
Wow.
For the failed coach's challenge, it's a penalty to the Kings. We got a 4-4 game, and it's the Oilers to the power play. What an incredible swing. What a turn of events.
Kings call a timeout to get a real good look at it and got it wrong.
Now it's 13 goals in 20 playoff games against LA. 4-4 score. Oilers on the power play now. Draisaitl, that monster! Bouchard! And it's 5-4 Edmonton!
I can't believe it. 10 seconds. Wow. Can you believe it?
A wrestling match in front of the net, and it banged in! Mark Stone! What a play! A little hockey IQ as he put it in off Hurdle.
He kind of takes down Hartman, but they're laying there, and then the shot goes off the right leg, and Stone throws it towards the net off the right leg of Tomas Hurdle and into the back of the net.
Binnington has made 25 saves in this game, Panger. You've only got 24 more to catch up to Jordan Binnington. Look at the hands on Darren Pang. There goes the hand. Oh, yes. Still got it, Panger. Yeah.
Now Glendening comes away with the loose puck, and he clears it the length of the ice. Oh! It cut past Bobrovsky and then just wide. Wow. How about that? That'll get your heart rate up one. What was going through Bobrovsky's mind on that one? Just hoping the net wasn't behind him. What a finish.
Wow, Marchand had a 2-point game. Lundell had a 2-point game. They'll have a little fun shooting rats with a 3-1 series lead.
Paul, side of the net. Marchand with the same rebound. They score! Blake, he'll step out in front. Marchand, he can't stop it. Jackson Blake, his first playoff goal. Up top, Svechnikov, he scores! That's the magic. We're tied at 3. Well, that goal comes a minute 39, and just like that, it's 3 apiece here in game number 5. A nice win by Kotkaniemi. That'll be deflected out in front. Markstrom rebounds out there. Second chance. Oh, mercy! Jacob Markstrom just saved the series for New Jersey. Now Carolina will keep him in. Send it cross. Blake shoots. Another save. Markstrom rebound. It comes from Markstrom. Got another piece. We're tied at 4 in overtime. Svechnikov out in front. And Robinson. Oh, another massive save by Markstrom. Robinson with it. Side of the net. Martinook and Markstrom again, flashing the leather, and we stay tied at 4. Jarvis holding. He gets it back off the post. Jarvis with the shot, and it hits the post. Back for Gostisbehere. Aho! Game over! Series over! Sebastian Aho wins it on the power play in overtime!
See the frustration on Markstrom. He did all he could to give his team a chance.
Landeskog dancing back in. Nelson, right side, shot, score, and pinballed in. A shot by Nichushkin. Took a carom between the circles. The double deflection off of both Stars blue liners. First Lindell, then the back heel of Lyubushkin. Leads to the first goal of the game. Been very noticeable. McKinnon sends it in front, loose puck. Slammed away by the Stars. Score! They threw it into their own net. They tried to clear it, and they fired it off their own player, and it bounced behind Oettinger.
Oh boy! The Avs capitalize on a major blunder. Oh boy, is right.
What a madcap go-ahead goal that is, and what has been a bizarre 2-game stretch.
This is unbelievable. I've seen the mosh pit before, but generally from a distance. Now we're right in the middle of it. And yeah, there's a bunch of fans, 5,000 here from the Ford tailgate party. I'm just going to put my hand up, like that way you can see where I am. The Edmonton Oilers would love to provide Ron as many home games as possible here in oil country so that all of these fans can do this for the next couple of months. Back to you, Ron.
Aho never has his mouth guard in his mouth, so Wilson just snaps it out of his mouth. The best part is, so now Aho goes back. It's just been in his glove, right? That's kind of gross. He goes back, you'll give it a little squirt of water, and you just put it right back in. It's like, it'll be fine.
Carlson trying to center off Skinner. Waiting. Riley Smith shoots, and that stayed out of the horn. Smith is screaming. He thought it. Put it underneath the bar.
This is unbelievable. This looked like it might have gone in.
This might be it. Vegas celebrating as if it is not only in, but will count.
The call on the ice is a goal, but the play is under review.
That's a goal. This is going to be Vegas 4, Edmonton 3 with .4 on the clock. Midway through the second round, and we've seen about just about every kind of finish you can imagine.
It goes off the tip of the blade of Draisaitl and finds its way across the line.
Up top, Marchand, his shot tipped, it's in! Brad Marchand wins it in overtime!
What is that, the fourth goal that's bounced, pinballed somehow, some way?
Throw it to the net, right
in the back of the net. Looked like maybe it went off O'Reilly.
Just another huge goal scored by Brad Marchand in his fantastic NHL career.
Still trail by a goal. Hurricanes nearly had a 2-on-1. Now they have numbers. Here's Carrier with a shot. He scores!
Look at this, Sandin's stick gets stuck right there.
Oh, wow.
So now he's trying to win the battle, and there's Taylor Hall, and he's still fishing with that stick on the left.
I don't know what they're saying. Yeah, you beat us again? It's the best. When you walk out and everybody's giving it to you, and they really don't have a leg to stand on, it's the best.
Ekman Larson tried to keep it in. Marchand and Brad Marchand. You can debate whether there's such thing as ghosts and demons, but there's no debate. Brad Marchand is a leap killer.
Yeah, different sweaters, same result. As they said, the first player in NHL history to beat the same team 5 times in a game 7.
It was even more relentless in that second period.
Yeah, we've had the belief, you know, and
man.
Any more questions for Sam or Alexander?
No.
No more questions. Okay, thank you.
All right, look at the 2 head coaches in this Western Conference Final. Familiar with Dallas Stars, Peter DeBoer, and there is head coach Chris Knobloch of the Edmonton. Wait a minute. Why would he be? He wouldn't be sitting in the seats. That's Matt Ziprick, the head pastor at the Bethel Lutheran Church in Sherwood Park. He said 18 months ago his life changed when the Oilers hired Chris Knobloch.
The first one that hit him, I'm like, you know, this is kind of par for the course this postseason for me. And then it comes back and it goes in, and I couldn't believe I still had room. So kind of a funny one. Hopefully that's more of that to come and less of the hitting my own teammate in the ass.
Right side front row, Tracy. No chance you were fueling with a blizzard here, were you?
yeah, that's a little chocolate chip cookie dough blizzard right there. There's nothing, you can't beat it. It's the best dessert in the world.
Florida looking in good shape, and there we go. And Nate Schmidt dings Brad Marchand with the rat. And what has become a little tradition that they have here going in Florida. He says they keep shooting it harder at me as these games go on.
Do you have to shoot the rats a little softer at Brad Marchand just to make sure everyone's okay for the next one?
That's a good question. I did keep it on the ice this time. I wasn't shooting in his shin pads or anything, so he doesn't get hurt.
Let's go win this hockey game, all right? Brownie.
The show goes on! We got Tanner, Rico, Cappy, Doc, Cooley, get to the pipe!
The net is empty. Jarvis slides it across. Svechnikov with the feed for Aho, scores! And Jordan Staal makes it 3-0 Hurricanes.
What did you like about how Bob was able to do what he could to keep you guys in?
I didn't like the last 2 at all. This gap was horseshit.
You can name every single guy, you can talk about every single guy and how hard they battle, and just the way we compete every night.
I think they just named you a star. I'm not sure. But hey, that's OG. Yeah, sorry. Listen, I know you hear them. Okay, sorry, everybody. Yeah, they'll give you. They're chanting your name. You've heard that before.
Well, Brad, it feels like you've been a Panther forever. You've got a tradition to get to. Are they going to fire these rats at you harder than ever, or what?
Better her like hell today.
Congratulations. Enjoy it.
Appreciate it.
As Marchand skates over.
Arena scored in 8 days. Here's another goal for Edmonton. Matthias Janmark makes it 2-0.
Goalie change, stunning. Frustration has pulled the goaltender. Jake Ottinger now sitting beside me. Just took a little look at that piece of video, and their franchise goaltender sitting here. The team's got 2 goals in 3 games. It's like whatever they do turns out to be the wrong thing.
I got to ask you about the trophy. When did you decide, or what was the decision like to touch it? I know it's a big deal, but maybe not.
I don't know. I didn't know what was going to happen when we got up there. We did last year, give it a go this year.
What a way to start with sequels. And my personal favorite, if you know what I mean, The Godfather, Michael Corleone. He takes over Rocky II. Apollo Creed says, I want a rematch. And then Luke Skywalker learning to be a Jedi under Yoda. And it's back, a sequel, a blockbuster hit in 2024, opening tonight in arenas all around the world.
At forward in his 10th season, number 17, Evan Rodriguez.
What's it like having that Pink Pony Club song playing in the locker room after W's now?
I haven't heard the song before, I'll be honest, but I think it's great. It's catchy and gets the mood going.
Pink Pony, is that a band or is that a song?
It's a woman. She sings a song, Pink Pony Club, and it's famous. It's on the radio. And,
Canadian? American?
I think it's an American girl, but all of a sudden it popped off. I believe she won a few Grammys, and now they're rocking it in the locker room. So I'm
Pink
curious.
Pony.
Pink Pony. It's the new generation, Wayne.
I gotta get that on my ringtone.
And then before that face-off, watch Marchand telling Arvidsson, I don't know if he's questioning his height or not, but Marchand certainly, he's had a lot to say in this game. Big woman without a glove. A.J. Greer stole it, threw it into the Panthers bench. When Greer snags it, and we'll take it. I was calling for it.
Oh, somebody's shooting water over into the bench. There we go. Look at Bush. Look at him.
Excellent.
Hey, what are you doing?
Cut it out. Welcome back. Let's take another look at what took place in Bush's vicinity. Doing some housekeeping. We saw angry Bush prior to the commercial.
right.
Jake apologized. He did. So all good.
Yeah, water and electric outlets.
Yeah.
Sam Bennett with 2 big hits in the D zone and a highlight reel goal. I don't think his agent's going to have to work that hard this summer, but I'll move on.
A horrible attitude. I think he's got bubonic plague.
I see what you're doing.
Denang fever. He's got a whole bunch of things.
Pass out in front. Score! It is now 3-0 Florida. Lundell in the final minute of the opening period. The Oilers have made a change in goal. This is a situation where you're trying to wake the guys up. Across it comes Nugent Hopkins. Scores! Nurse scores! The Oilers pull to within 1 as Darnell Nurse beats Sergei Bobrovsky. Centering pass, Podkolzin with a shot. He scores! Podkolzin ties the game at 3.
Across it comes. In. Kachuk. Walked in front. Ekholm saves the goal. An empty net for Matthew Kachuk, and Ekholm with the stop.
There is a blast by Woman. He scores! Held in by Verhaeghe. Now across. Kachuk with it. Score! Reinhart! 20 seconds remaining.
And this was the reaction by the famous couple. You may say love story, I say cruel summer.
Off the face-off. Frederick looking for the puck. It's in the crease.
Bang on the doorstep, went off the post and then back out the other side. Somehow, another chance by Frederick and the toe save in front of the net by Forsling. Wow.
Reinhart keeps it alive for Mikkola. Across Bennett. Off the post. Sam Bennett hit the post.
Quick wrister up. Oh, he did get a piece of it. The glove there of Pickard, able to make the save.
Podkolzin, cross-ice pass. Draisaitl towards the net. Score! Leon Draisaitl in overtime. The Edmonton Oilers tie the series. 2 games apiece.
You direct it towards the net, Bush. You never know. And with one hand on the stick, the Edmonton Oilers have tied this series up at 2.
Obviously, from a goalie to another, you'd like to get a little bit notice, getting right into the room, but Knobber waited right to the 11th hour there, about 3.5 minutes on the clock, so kind of had to scramble and get my gear on.
A goaltender showdown in the warm-up, and Calvin Pickard almost third man in.
What did you say, and why exactly did you go over, and how did that whole thing break down?
Yeah, I was a little rusty. I haven't chirped in a while, but I went over there because I saw a video of it, and I remember I think Stolars did it last year. I was like, I got to do something here. It doesn't bother Skids. I don't know, thinking about getting in his head, but I don't know. It's just gamesmanship, I guess.
Jonah Gadjevin to your right for Game 4, and there's a T-shirt that you can buy here at Amerant Bank Arena after what happened in the final period. I would say, Chris and Greg, that's pretty close.
Tkachuk is in. Matthew Tkachuk. Bennett scores. Sam Bennett has up Florida's lead.
And right into your camera there to make it a 2-0 game.
Here comes Marchand, looks to put a move on Walden, gets the shot away and scores! Another spectacular move by Marchand! Oh my God! 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 Oh my God!
And they say zebras don't change their stripes, but some fans for now changing their jerseys.
Panther perfection! The Florida Panthers win their second consecutive Stanley Cup!
And here comes Brad Marchand.
Coming out or what?
Yes, it's coming.
Yeah. Okay, turn your lights on. It's dark out here. You asked for this. You asked for it. What's up?